afternoon, everyone. I'm Sharon Woodrow, and my preferred pronouns are she and her. We are afraid. Some of us are terrified. We are outnumbered, and we're asking for your help. This presentation that I'm about to give this afternoon with my shared colleagues is one that was given to the Assembly of Elders a few weeks ago, and they asked us to give it to you as well today. I responded to a call to action issued by the Affirm United's Affirm Ensemble by the Durham Region Communities of Faith by attending a protest at the Durham Region School Board on the morning of September the 20th.
My name is Kimberly. My pronouns are she and her, and this is my personal feelings and thoughts when I attended. I was incredibly nervous about going, so much so that I texted a friend to let her know what I was doing and where I was at Pickering City Hall. I told her when I was moving, when I got out of my car at the end, and even when I got back to work. When I got there, I noticed that were very many people on the other side than on the side that I was on. What surprised and saddened me the most was the number of children of all ages that were there. Most of what I saw was people shouting about keeping children safe and the health curriculum. I was also aware of the amount of people that seemed to be brought in just for this. You could tell that they were more organized and knew how to get their message out in a broader way that we did or can. The side I was on was very small, but you could tell we were passionate about why we were there and were making sure that everyone felt safe. Even though I was nervous being there, I was confident that the police that were present would keep the scene as calm as it could be. At the beginning, the police were good at keeping everyone to their sides of the street, and at one point there were people who did walk behind me and through the side I was on. That is when I found myself being very scared. I was constantly looking around to see where I would go if I needed to move away quickly. When we moved around to the park, we made sure that we all walked in close proximity to one another. While at the park, there were some speeches and what looked like them getting ready to start a march or a car convoy. At this time, we were told that when they did start the march, the police would have less control, and it would be a good idea for us to start making our way back to our cars. Again, we were looking out for the safety of the 2S LGBTQIA+ and allies that were there. Even when walking back to my car, I made sure to walk with someone. It took me a few days to figure out why I was feeling the ways I was feeling. I think I came to the conclusion that I was feeling so unsure and nervous because I've never done anything like this before. And then seeing all the children that were there, I also think that part of me was nervous because I'm still unsure about how to be of a support to those in the 2S LGBTQIA+ community. I seem to have no problem showing my support to people who are like-minded, but I can feel the butterflies when I am unsure of the situation or if the people I am with or meeting are open to listening and hearing. Would I do this again? Yes. I said to a friend later that night that even though there were not as many of us as them, even if one person walked by and saw that there were people saying and showing that it was okay to be who they are, even if I don't know, then it was worth it.
On my way to the rally, not knowing what to expect, we did have some trepidation. Personally, I did not experience the same level of fear in Whitby. My husband and I carried our church banner and met with some others that we knew. We did experience some negativity and responded kindly and said, "I'm sorry you feel that way." I did try to have a conversation, but it didn't work out when this man believed that there's only male or female. The following, which I totally agree with, is from my colleague Don Fry from Westminster in Whitby. He writes, "The situation has dramatically changed. Up to a year and a half ago, the resistance to our affirming efforts have been mostly passive, at worst, passive-aggressive. The field of engagement has now changed dramatically. Opposition is well-organized, well-funded, and supported by media that they control, things like True North Media. Although they've been concentrating on the issues of the 2S LGBTQIA, predominantly the transgender students, this is only one of their objectives. They also list opposition to political LGBTQ, political Islam, migration through poverty, climate change, vaccination, masking, and abortion. All of these issues are of vital interest to the United Church of Canada. Over the past year and a half, this group have been successfully infiltrating all levels of government, both federal, provincial, and municipal, and school board trustees, resulting in sympathetic school trustees and municipal councillors being elected. Provincially, decisions have been made regarding the treatment of transgender students regarding preferred names and pronouns in New Brunswick, Saskatchewan, and Ontario. Our challenge as affirming churches is we believe we have a responsibility to stand in solidarity with our 2S LGBTQIA neighbors when they are threatened. In their most recent national 1 Million March for Children rallies, in most cases, we were very badly outnumbered. Kimberly attests to that, so do I. Despite our message of love, tolerance, and nonviolence, we were met with exact opposite. That, combined with being badly outnumbered, Pickering was estimated at being 10-1, could potentially put our supporters at risk of being in danger. The day we met with the Assembly of Elders, asked to encourage affirming United Churches to continue to vigorously support 2S LGBTQIA issues when they occur. To encourage United Churches, even those not affirming, to be vigilant to political initiatives, tweets, news articles, and quotes by all levels of government that impact the rights of the Pride community, and encourage them to act if possible, ask for help if needed, and to vote accordingly. And to encourage affirming United Churches to form alliances with affirming places of worship of other denominations and organizations, PFLAG and AIDS committees, and to better defend against attacks of the 2S LGBTQIA. Thank you for your time today. Joyce, our co-chair, is going to speak.
You've just heard some reality from our very own region. This is not news from the United States of America. It is not news from across the ocean. It is news from Canada, from the province of Ontario, and it is real. Up to and including yesterday, there were protests in this immediate area at school grounds, trying to suggest to the children in elementary schools that those of us in the LGBT community are out to harm them. It's very disturbing. It's very unsettling. And yet it calls everything inside of me as a member of that community and a longtime member of the United Church of Canada to stand up and say, your hate will not prevail over our love. The Affirming Forum for this region has been continually over the last couple of years holding Zoom sessions with our affirming communities and those wishing to support the affirming communities and those thinking about maybe becoming an affirming community to stand together And after the September 20th protests, we specifically held a online Zoom session for folks to talk about what is going on with these hate protests. I want to share some words in closing with you from Pam Rocker, who's the director of Affirming Connections in Alberta. Pride is not just one thing. Pride can be a party, a celebration of the pieces of us that are often forced to be hidden or are shamed by others. Pride is a protest, a reminder that we have not yet arrived, and that there are many who still seek and deserve liberation from the racist, the homophobic, the transphobic, and xenophobic constraints put on their humanity. Pride is a gathering agent, a chance for all of us to remember tangibly that we are not alone. Pride is a reminder that voices of hate will not prevail and will not always be the loudest. And pride is a spiritual act, a living out of our faith, the faith we declare to have, a theology amplified in the public square that embodies the love of God that is available to all of God's children, which is all of us. However you celebrate pride, and wherever you are, may you be proud of the peace of the divine that only you can embody, and know that you are worth every second of celebration and solidarity. As an Affirming Forum, we wish to thank the Assembly of Elders for their support, and we commit to you to provide safe space to bring safety, sanctuary, and unconditional love to all who are with us and who may seek to be with us. Thank you for your time.